Welcome to Freely Speaking Podcast with your host, Carletha Wells, where everything is spoken of from my heart to yours. Listen, this is a season that you're going to have to be very careful who you get into bed with. I'm talking about business, relationships, marriages, and churches. Anything that calls for you to be in close relationship with someone, to be close to someone. Because people are not always who they say they are. There's always more than what is being revealed in the natural eye. So you got to look at things in the spiritual eye, see it in the supernatural. Now this part here is for my sisters. This is what God gave me. And I don't know who this is for, but sis, you are in a narcissistic relationship. You need to get out. You need to know that this is going to be hard because you are entangled. You have entangled your business and living arrangements together. Yes, you will suffer some losses, as all women and men who have been in narcissistic relationships, but you will recover. Because I too have been in that state of being, and it was painful and it was hard, but I made it, and so will you. But the fact is, this man that you are with now, he's using you, and he will hurt you even worse. If you stay, this will not go well for you and for those around you. You deserve so much better if you wait on God. Take this time to heal and be delivered first before jumping back into the cycle of dating. Rest your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. Get plenty of sleep. Eat a lot of fruits and your vegetables. You can go stroll on my page and see how I mix a lot of my smoothies, my virgin daiquiris, I call them. A lot of my teas. How I eat clean and healthy. You eat the food that you eat, but just clean it up so that you can be healthy and walk. Do a lot of walking if you can, because that walking is really, really going to help you. It's good. It's a stress reliever. It helps clear your mind. You can meditate while you're walking. You can talk to God. You can put some things in perspective. It'll lower your blood pressure. If you're suffering with that, it just helps with a lot. It releases the fluid out of your body. You know that, right? But also in this, seek therapy. I in my upcoming podcast, you're going to hear, because now God is releasing me to talk even more on my podcast. Back in the day, from you in the church, if you went and talked to a pastor or one of the ministers in the church and they were licensed or they had they were certified, they were called counseling. In the church, it was called counseling. You didn't hear the word therapy because that was basically more in the white community. A lot of my spiritual moms, had certifications and everything, but they didn't call it therapy because in the church, especially coming from the Baptist church and even the apostolic ministry, or fivefold ministry, some people call it, you didn't hear people say therapy. It was counseling, or mentoring. But seek you the therapy of someone that you can trust. Someone that you feel comfortable with, until you can allow yourself to know why you have been in these types of relationships, so that you can get your life back on track, and those bad cycles can be broken, because you wanna find out what caused that. Like with me, it was because I was the product of an affair with my dad. I'm not the product of the affair. I'm the product of came out of their, how I was conceived. You understand what I'm saying? So, but because of how my dad was a narcissist and how he was controlling and manipulative, and he was he verbal abused me, and he was a man that had multiple affairs. That fell on, not that I was like that, but I attracted men like that. You understand it? Because you can only attract what's on the inside of you. My dad, that's my DNA. Love my father, but that's my DNA. So until I had to go in and break that. And one thing you have to understand, you can't change people. But the only way that you can change the nature of a person, the nature of a person can be changed, let me say it like that, is through prayer and fasting, because only God can change a person. So for you, you have to be submissive and in your prayer and going into God and going into the soulish realm, where that God goes into the soul through the Spirit of God, and he begins to do that surgery with that person. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't do that. You could talk to you blue in the face and the person's not going to change. You're not going to change. But in some things the Word of God tells you is not going to be broken until there's prayer and fasting. Jesus had to fast 40 days, 40 nights. Daniel had to fast. You understand what I'm saying? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had to fast. Joseph had to fast. You have to fast. Daniel fasted. David fasted. You have to fast. And so a lot of people, have even, Hollywood celebrities now, you seeing them fasting like, I need to just clear my mind, or whatever. Some things are not going to be broken unless you fast. And you need to go through, to me, being a woman of God, seek God in the Spirit of God. What kind of fast is for you, that works for you? Thanks for tuning in to Freely Speaking Podcast with your host, Carletha Wells. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking that button so you can get that notification when I post new videos. Don't forget to like,